Greetings, good people. Welcome today once again to this episode as we talk about rewarding marriages. Having a rewarding marriage is about more than sidestepping conflict. The more you can agree on the fundamentals in life, the more meaningful and in a sense easier your marriage is likely to be. Marriage is not just about splitting chores or only about raising kids. Marriage is a lot more than what is modeled. It is so individualistic that it is hard to imitate because no two people are the same, including the married couple. Then what makes a marriage rewarding? You know, one of the things that makes a marriage rewarding is when we have marital goals. This, in a sense, is asking ourselves, where are we going together? Why have we come together? This beats the chemistry because with time, the chemistry may die, not probably maybe like dying as per se, but the chemistry may not sustain the marriage. So what we are saying is marital satisfaction is so dependent on the clarity of an appreciation of goals that link us as a couple together, and having a focus and working towards building, and achieving success for the same goals. So yes, our marital goals are very important. The other thing that makes our marriages rewarding is the shared spiritual dimensions. When we share spiritual dimensions, this helps us to have some shared meaning. This helps us to have to bond together through the spiritual rituals that we attend to together. For example, maybe when we go for mass together, maybe when we pray together or have family devotions together, this helps to build or even to cultivate our bonds and our union, even to become more closer. And then the other one is about honoring and supporting each other's goals or dreams, for that matter. Even if we may not understand or if we may not even share in the same dreams. For example, those who are in the career paths, supporting our spouses in development of their careers as they grow. Probably it is to further their education. But when we are talking about this, we should also be careful that we put this into discussion and into agreement and put everything on the balance. What is the benefit? The fundamental thing here is whatever is done should be motivated by the interest of the relationship. And then, of course, the interest and the health of the relationship that then should have a common interest to the couple, even as the other supports the other's dream, even without necessarily sharing on that dream. It is ideally saying that I understand even as much as we are together, you have a purpose, and so you will pursue this purpose, and I'm here. I am cheering you on. I am supporting you. And when it comes now to our purpose as a couple, because there is my purpose as me, because I have an identity. It does not mean that I have lost my identity when I get into the marital union. I still have an identity. And I have a purpose that I should ideally fulfill in this lifetime. So there is that purpose that I have, that my partner has, but there is also that purpose for us as a couple that we should, come together, that God brought us together so that we can, push it, or we can bring it to fruition. So honoring and supporting each other's dreams is very key, and it's very essential for us to have rewarding marriages. The other thing is we should have shared values and work towards that and cultivate them, and uh, basically to build on them. Yeah. What we are saying is that even as we are coming together, ideally most of these things that we are talking about, they should come up during the premarital, before we make these vows, marriage vows, as we start living together. There are those that we can develop even through our union as we continue in the journey of marriage. And actually, there are many things that we develop together as we continue to know each other, as we continue to expand the family. But so the key important things like the goals, because then again there we will understand if we are an item. But if we didn't do it, no worries, we can still start, as long as we have the foundation and the basis of love that brought us together, and the basics of love that brought us together. We should be able to adopt this from whatever level we are, and work towards having a rewarding marriages. So the shared values, this is very important. People come together. We can talk about religion. Do we share values in terms of spirituality? We can talk about our values, in terms of even family backgrounds. What was valued in our family, where it came from? What do you value as an individual? Because there are some people who may value spending time together, but the person is saying, no, I prefer spending my time with the boys. I prefer spending my time with the girls. All those things. And we are in a relationship, that there are things that I feel that I should talk to, or I should share with my friends, or I'm better off when I'm with my friends. So ideally, it means that maybe the spending time together is not of so much value to this person. So it is important. And what we are saying is that there are those values that are very essential. It's upon the couple to identify those values, um, and then work on them, bring them on the table and discuss them from a very honest perspective, and get to an agreement. Because we can't force ourselves to have some we can't force ourselves to have some deeply held values if really they are not in us. We cannot do that. But can we can get to a compromise? But remember, there are those values that cannot be compromised. I'm not here to identify that values that cannot be compromised in a marriage, because this is a bit more personal than I may put it, because it cuts across each and every individual. And so the key thing is just to understand that the shared values are very, very important when we are talking about marital relationships. Then we are talking about honesty. The more we speak openly and respectfully with each other, the more likely there is to be a blending of our sense of meaning. So we should talk honestly about convictions. Our convictions. What is my conviction about 1, 2, 3? What is your conviction about 1, 2, 3? Okay. Then, as much as this is what I feel, as much as this is what you feel, where is the common ground? But with all honesty, that there is no hidden agenda. Even as we drive these all these that we are discussing in this aspect. Then the other thing is that the discipline. Somebody is wondering, I mean, what is she talking about? Discipline again. We are not kings. We are adults. Yes, you had it right, in discipline. And it is because discipline, touches on everything about marriage. There's a place I said that it gets to a point whereby the chemistry does not sustain the marriage. But discipline will play a key role, even when circumstances and situations within the relationship and through the journey changes. And it is discipline that will cause us to love. It is discipline that will cause us to commit ourselves. It is in discipline that will make us to value our partner. It is discipline that will cause us to respect each other and obey and esteem each other. And so why are we saying this? Is because along the way things may change. Along the way, some of the things that brought us together, maybe there may be shaking. There are always shakings in marriages anyway, because remember, this is not static. This is something that is developing. This is something that is growing. This is something that we are building. And in the building, you may get to some point and realize that, wow, I used some wrong materials, or I was duped into this. I mean, like, I got the wrong fundis. So, I mean, do you destroy the whole building? Do you now demolish and start all over again? No, you work towards the remedy. You try to see how you can remedy. There are those that can be remedied, but if you had built a story, a 10-story, a 20-story building, and the foundation was weak, what happens is that, excuse me, the whole building may be demolished. Yeah. And so what does that tell us? That as much as we are talking even about it and discipline, we are also saying that the other key ingredient is the foundation. The foundation that our relationships and our marriages are founded on. How are they? Are they strong? Are they stable? Can they hold us? Yeah, because they are very weak foundations. Yeah. I really would not want to indulge so much into that, but these are some of the things that we should look into. These are some of the things that we should consider. And as we bring it to a close, what we are saying is that there is value and there is fulfillment that can come from building a deeply authentic, mutually rewarding relationship with one's partner. It is doable, and we can have good marriages, especially when we build so much on the shared spiritual dimensions. And this is a key ingredient also to consider when we are building, or when we are establishing the foundation of our marriage. So friends, again, this is it for today. I am so glad that you have been able to connect again. I look forward to next week for the next episode. Keep it right here. Keep it safe. And from here, it is goodbye.